So there's something very powerful about that. I would encourage you. And then listening to Jenny and so many of you, your stories, how powerful they are as far as the difference that they make in our lives and our children's lives. I mean, I've been fortunate that I've been with the company for 35 years. So we've had Juice Plus for nearly 30 years. And I've been able to watch so many people over all this time have such powerful results. And as you're listening, I'm sure you're hearing that it's whatever the body needs help with seems to be what shows up. And how often we've heard about asthma, just totally over time disappearing. And it's over time usually. I mean, but, just if you think of as a parent, or like Julie said, anybody that you love and you're watching this every day. I listened to Faye and her story and the challenges that children have today. I mean, in all these areas, health, so many different things, and the difference this can make, it really does become a moral obligation. And then, Tori with the Tower Garden story, I want you to take note as to how she happened to come across us and our company, and that our company does do a lot of things kind of behind the scenes and things like that. It's showing up on Facebook, inviting them to join the group. A lot of those things are, our company really putting out, excuse me, enough information so that people become aware of who we are and what we have. But then the partners always are the ones who are there to service the people who do come across that. And I have to share with you all, I mean, I'm so impressed that she loves gardening so much. I was one of those people that I never thought I could garden anything. Okay. And when the Tower Garden came out, I thought, uh, there's no way I would even know how to do that. Well, after the first one, you do get hooked. And then, we have six now because they just grow like crazy. And, again, you're in control of your own food. That's huge this day and age. And that it's there, as she said. So many beautiful stories tonight. The stories, of course, are what we're all about. And it's because of the stories that our business really flourishes. And then that takes it on to, you get excited, you share it with somebody else. Before long, they've shared it with someone else. And you organically begin to have a team. When I started, I was in a really desperate financial situation, so I wanted a team right away. And we put together a group of people that, they wanted to not only create for themselves financially, but they wanted to help other people. And I think that's the wonderful thing about this is you can have not only, financial revenue and good health, but you can have emotional revenue too. So I promised last week, and we're going to go to it. We are going to continue to talk about the pay plan. I have to tell you, the first time I saw the pay plan, and the second and the third, and maybe the 50th time, I thought, I'll never figure this out. The good news, though, is that you don't have to figure it out and they still pay you. Okay. But it's nice over time to really begin to get a vision of how we grow up and what's available to us from a business standpoint. I started my business because my daughter, I was single all of a sudden, and it was her first prom, and she wanted a prom dress I couldn't afford. And the bigger picture was, even as an educator, I taught in a university. I could not really afford on that salary to send my own children to college. And so there was a financial desperation as well as a desire to be part of this. And so even though the pay plan was rather terrifying to me because it didn't fit the mold of what I understood, which was hours traded for dollars, getting a salary, even though it wasn't very much, once I began to really understand it, it was just, I think it was as magical from a business standpoint as the product is magical from a health standpoint. So I'm going to see now if I can go to screen share, and we're going to just talk a little bit about um, this. Let's see if I can bring this up. There we go. Okay, so we're going to talk about building through the Payplan and use the quad as the example, which would be all 4 capsule products, the fruit, vegetable, the berry, and the omega. And as many of you may know or may not know this, but when we started with Juice Plus, it was just the fruit and vegetable. And that did wonders for people. Okay, it was amazing. And then I guess we were 8 or 10 years into it, and the berries, they perfected that product as well. And that was amazing. I can remember when I first started taking it, I thought, boy, I'm just, my brain's sharper. I had such mental clarity, and I didn't have any idea that I even had mental clarity missing. And so, but it's wonderful for skin and hair. And then, of course, here in the last few years, we've had the omega product, which they're all plant-based, they're all vegan, they're all, non-GMO. It's a very pure, amazing product. But what we didn't realize is that as we added products, that people would want them all. It wasn't a pick and choose, that for the most part. And so we've now transitioned from the trio, or the fruit, vegetable, and berry being our mainstay as far as sales. It has begun to expand to where more and more people are purchasing all 4 products because of what it does for the body and how foundational it is and how it just covers all the bases. You see here, of course, the gummy product, which is the same product but in gummy form, designed for children, but of course, adults love them as a snack. We have protein bars, and then the complete shake, which is amazing as well and delicious. Introduced many years ago as a breakfast on the go meal. It has now just taken over in many different directions. Certainly something that can be anything from formula, the vanilla. When my daughter stopped nursing my grandson, I think he was about 8 months old or so, the doctor recommended that this would be his formula as he, grew up. And so he loves the products, all of them as well. People use it to balance their weight, as a weight balancing product. So it's just many, many different things that it really makes a difference. And of course, you see our Tower Garden. And the Tower Garden, again, as I said, I thought, people who are not attracted to gardening, I just don't know. And yet you fall in love with it. And especially this day and age, you want to be in control of your own food. So wonderful way to have that all fresh, wonderful vegetables. There are many fruits that grow on it. Anything that grows on a vine, like a strawberry, you just can't do anything, of course, that's a tree or that is a root, but everything else. So let's go on now, and we're going to talk about our plan. Again, we're going to go back and just look at those first 4 positions, and then each time kind of grow up into the plan itself. So that we really begin to understand it. All of us, we all start in the same place, and that's with a partner application to partner with the company. We don't work for the Juice Plus company, we work from them. We're all independent contractors. We're in business for ourselves. We can develop our business and grow our business at our own pace, on our choosing. We can develop our own strategies. The company provides the product. Excuse me, this throat, I've been talking a bit today. But the company provides the product, and of course all the research and the purity and just all the years of success. And also they pay us at a very high level. As a matter of fact, as a company, we pay out more percentage on the product than any other company in this particular profession. So here you'll see that once you become a partner, and that $52 is the partner fee, then that is done every year. You renew that every year. You're now entitled to a sales profit of 10% immediately if we're using this quad as the example. The customer price would be $450. The customer divides it. They divide it into 4 months installments, $112.50 per month. And the partner credit is what you see there, $420 and $105 a month is what you're paid on. So let's look at that, because then it becomes very very significant over time as this grows up. We're paid 5 different ways. This was a little hard for me to incorporate at first because I was used to hours traded for a rather small salary. That was it. I couldn't grow in other directions, as far as income where teaching was concerned. I loved the profession, but it was very limiting financially and almost to the point of struggle. So here we receive income, you might say, from many different layers. And as you grow up through these positions, it'll become more and more clear and comfortable, and you'll feel like you had this knowledge forever. So there are 4 basic positions. You see that they're the 4 commission positions. It's really what you want to do and have your new person do, and the new people on your team. They start as partners. They immediately, using this quad as an example, make $42. That's paid immediately. That's the sales profit or the retail profit. The goal, though, is to grow up in position and grow up in income. So if we look at going from partner to partner plus, now you're going to get a 5% raise on that product when it is marketed. If the partner plus markets the Juice Plus, he's now going to make $42 plus 5% of the 420, and he's going to make $63 on the product. So what do you have to do to get there? Well, basically, it's going to be $900 in value, which is a partner credit, 900 in partner credit, and you're going to go to partner plus. This is a little less than 3 quads, but not just 2. So we say 3 quads. That's going to more than give you the 900. So if you had 3 quad orders, that would well do it. It would be a little more actually. And so now the partner gets this return, and his goal is to grow into the next position, which is qualifying sales coordinator. And here another raise, an additional 5%. So now it's 10%. We call them QSCs, the qualifying sales coordinator. Now, if he markets the quad, the 4-pack, he's going to make $84. And to reach that position, realize you've already got 900 partner credit points. And so you can use that toward the 3,600 that's required. So 3, you would need another 9 quads. 12 would give you that qualifying sales coordinator position. Now, 12 is going to be a little more still than what's required. But again, you always have that advantage of it always accumulating. It's to realize once you're in position, you're always there. You can never fall back. You can only grow forward. All your orders and that of your team, they accumulate, over whatever period of time they come together. They accumulate to bring you up to the next position. Your team members, their orders count for them for position, but they also count for you. So you would want to begin to put team together right away. And it's what I wanted to talk about tonight, is the importance of doing that. It's that balance of both customers and team members. So now we look at the top commission position of sales coordinator. It requires 10,800 or the partner credit of 10,800. And now it's an accumulation of 36 quads, using the quad as an example. Once again, you can do this with just customers at this point. The company doesn't require you to have team members to grow into this position anymore. But I'm going to encourage all of you to think of this from day one. If you want it to be a business that takes advantage of all the potential of the pay plan, you want as many team members as wide as possible, because it's going to leverage not only your time, but the income for everybody will be greater as they all share in the experience of sharing the product. It leverages everybody's time and it increases income for everyone. So once you have an accumulation of 10,800, and that's in partner credit, and that's about 36 quads. So we're thinking you and your whole team, 36 people on the quad, and your top commission position. Now your return is your sales profit of 10% plus 15%. So you have a 25% return on that 420, and it's 105. So this is going to, be significant to really get the picture that you want to start as a partner and as quickly as possible go to sales coordinator, because we all do the same thing. We all have the same activity, or the same work, you might say. We're all storytellers. We all build organizations. If you're going to do this, because I do the same thing today I did when I started, you want to get paid at the highest level. And sales coordinator is your top commission position. As we grow up into leadership, you will have titles and you'll have benefits, but we're all still sales coordinators with titles and benefits. It is the top commission position, and it's something you would want to strive for. Now, the good news about the fact that you don't need team to go to sales coordinator is you will, and it's not that often, but you're going to come across people who maybe they, and my examples would be what I've experienced in the past. Maybe it's a medical practitioner's office. It might be, anything from chiropractor, physician, people who have gyms, people who have beauty salons. They have a lot of customer traffic already. It would make a lot of sense that that person might have 36 people within that group and more who will start on the quad. We're using that as an example. They could go to sales coordinator on just that alone. But that won't sustain the future business that will bring you the kind of return that grows into tens of thousands of dollars. But it's wonderful that you have the option of both. However, if you want to, as I said, to take advantage of our pay plan at the highest level, you want to have that sales coordinator as your first goal as quickly as possible, but with team, because team shares the load, you might say. If you have partners and partner plus qualifying sales coordinators, remember, all of their orders count for them to grow into promotion, and they count for you. Same thing happens when it's time to qualify your business every month, and you want at least $1,800 or points, 1,800 partner credit in your position. That's you as a sales coordinator and all of your partners, Partner Plus and QSCs together. So again, that means that the whole thing, the whole synergy of it is much easier. It's much faster. It's productive if you have team members in place. So let's look here at what happens next. But once again, I want to underscore, and we're going to use a few of these Thursdays to really talk about the basics in this 4 positions of the marketing plan. And then we have a question answer. So write your questions down as we go. And every week we'll work at this, because it's an important part of really you taking advantage of everything that's available to you and being able to offer it to others. So the 2 big points here is that all orders are cumulative as you grow up into sales coordinator, and all positions are permanent. And the people that you're growing up beneath you, their orders count for them. They also count for you. So, and this is your sales profit. If you are in any of these positions and you sell a quad, this is the retail profit return, those numbers there at the bottom. So let's look at the second form of income, and it's called commissions. Now, the company says to you here, and I love this part because you can tell that it's been true my whole career, and I will see it happen forever because it's our company president's philosophy, is that they take care of the distributor or the partner by making sure that all the monies go to the field and that the company doesn't really capture monies from you as you grow up through the plan. That they're going to really encourage you to develop team with this commission payout. So let's look at you as a sales coordinator, because that's really your truly first goal. So as a sales coordinator, let's say you have a new partner and your partner sells the quad. He makes $42, but the company pays out all the commissions, that all the retail profit goes out to the field. Many companies will capture that difference. This company does not. It's to encourage you to develop team. Again, team is the secret to really stepping into large, strong financial return that's guaranteed over time. There's a huge amount of security in team. So you're a sales coordinator, your partner markets the quad and he makes $42. But what do you make? You make the difference. So now you're going to make $63 on that sale. That's your commission difference between your position and that person. And again, it's our company's way of saying we want to encourage you to develop team. So we're going to pay you for that effort by giving you that difference. You grow that person to partner plus. He now makes $63. You make the difference, 42. You grow him to QSC or qualifying sales coordinator. He makes 84. You make 21. At this point, you might say, well, why would I grow him to sales coordinator? We're going to be in the same place. Because the company's going to give you another really big perk for doing that, a big reward for helping that person grow up and stabilize themselves as a sales coordinator. And it's called a promote out or a promote up bonus. And it's going to be an additional 3% on everything that that person's business does as they grow up their partners, partner plus, and QSC. And that will turn out to be more than what's the commissions are. So we're going to go to that now and look at it. And we're going to look at two areas. And these two areas are where the majority of your income will come from over time. The retail sales profit is going to be significant in starting your business. Commissions are going to be significant in starting your business and beginning to build a foundation and the structure. But as that team comes together, the largest part of your income over time will be the 3% performance bonus that comes from that team. And there'll be a huge return if your team is wide from the promote out bonus of 3% and their growth. So let's look at what this can look like. Now, this 3% I spoke of in performance bonus, remember, that's going to be the largest part of your income as time goes on. That 3% is going to be from your team. So if you look at this little drawing, and you're that top smiley dot right there, you're the top dot, you want to have as many people sponsored directly to you. That's how you really leverage and take advantage of the full potential of this pay plan. You want to have as much width as possible. I've drawn out 10 here, but if I look at people who have massive businesses today in our station, this station, they had, 15, 18, 20 wide as they, begin to put their businesses together. And it doesn't mean it has to happen the first month. It can be consistent, 2 or 3 the first month, 3, a couple more the next month, always adding, always adding. And you want to add as many as possible as time goes on, because you become the model of everything that's going to happen in your organization. We are a business of duplication. So if, I look at my sponsor, Jeff Roberti, I think at some point he had 72 frontline sales coordinators. I didn't get quite that far, but I was going for it. So the model is usually the team or teams right above you, because they set the pace. So you want to set the pace. Now that top 10, they want 10. So there's not enough room for me to draw out everybody having 10 on this page, but you set up for duplication in a way that does pay you well. Now, some might have more than 10 on that second level. Some might have 1 or 2, but the whole idea is to be the model for width. And again, from experience, I know that if a person going to sales coordinator in that process will have as much width as possible, he's going to get to sales coordinator faster. He's going to have people ready to grow into position. He's going to leverage the activity and get a greater financial return, because there are people in place to grow. And remember, their orders count for them for promotion. They also count for you. So very important in growing up through the pay plan. Now, as that first team, that first level, they want to duplicate. They go really wide. The same thing happens to the third level and the fourth level. So now you're going to be paid four generations deep at 3%. This becomes very significant, and over time, it will become 80 to 90% of your income as you grow up into national marketing director and your team evolves. But let's go back and talk a little bit more about that promote out or promote up bonus when you bring someone to a sales coordinator position. And here you see, I've made a few of the little dots a little different color. And put the 3% in yellow because those have grown to sales coordinator. Now, eventually you want everybody to grow to sales coordinator, but on your sales coordinators, and not only them, but all of their partners, Partner Plus and QSCs, you get an additional 3%. So now this front line, if they're all sales coordinators, or even for the ones who are, they become 6%ers to you. And you get that, and that 6% is not just on their business, it's on all of their partner pluses, and QSCs beneath them. So this is a significant, I guess you would say raise or promotion when you help someone grow to sales coordinator and they build a team. But it's all about team. It's about building team. So very important at this point to that message can just come across. You do have the advantage of someone being able to get a top commission position as a sales coordinator without team if they have, as I said, a beauty salon, a gym, a medical practice where there's a lot of traffic already, and they're not really focused on building a Juice Plus business per se. They just love to share the product. But that's not going to bring you the fortune that this business can bring. They'll bring good return. But if you really want to access this at the highest level, if we look around within this organization, and we have people in this organization that make anywhere from $500 a month to 10,000, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000. It's because they really took advantage of making sure that they brought that width together on their team. They're constantly adding team. They're helping team develop team. And so there are a lot of people out there, as Elton DeBose, one of our vice presidents for so many years, said, we've got boots in the street telling the story. And that's really the secret to real success with this. So next week, we'll start here. We'll go back to this page, and you might have along these lines. Let's come back to this and come to this page and let me answer questions for you in these areas. Because if you can get this part down really well, then all you'll ever do your entire career is you'll start someone as a partner and take them to sales coordinator, start them as a partner and take them to sales coordinator. And the day will come in doing that, that you'll not only have very secure wealth, you'll have a top position. You'll be a presidential marketing director plus. It's just the repeat of this activity over and over and over. And that's done through telling the story, bringing people to events like this where they hear the story, going to, events, going one-on-one to lunch with someone, sharing the story, sharing the product story, telling people why the business made sense to you. What are your dreams? What are your dreams that this will bring? It could be that you want to have more time with your family. It could be like for myself, I wanted to step out of financial fear and have financial security. But once you have that, then there are other things that come about. You like being part of something that really makes a difference for people. Maybe it is that cause-oriented, I love being able to hear stories, especially where children, their health improves so much, but for anybody. For someone who is able to, like myself, step out of financial fear and really take control and have the autonomy of really having the security of being in control of your own future and your own life. So really getting this part down, just this right here, gives you that, that I guess you would say empowering realization that this pay plan can be whatever it needs to be for you financially for your future. It can help walk you out of any kind of financial stress that there might be, and you can help other people do the same. And it's all in going to sales coordinator and repeat, repeat, repeat. Just that simple thing. And it doesn't take thousands of people. Those will show up in the exponential growth. It just takes a few serious people that you come across who are serious about finding a few serious people who are serious about finding a few serious people. And to think that just 36 people with quad orders can take you to the top commission position. So we're gonna, again, I'm gonna ask you, make notes on it, have questions, and next week we're gonna go right back to this page and answer questions. Okay? Thank you all. We'll go back. I'll see if I can get out of this screen share. Okay? And back to everyone. Thank you all for being on, for the great stories. Always inspired. Let's have a great week. Book your tickets for conferences. Nothing like a live conference. Nothing like it. Let's all meet in Atlanta and really see and be happy to see one another. It's going to be the homecoming, the party of the world. So we want to be there October 13th through the 15th. The day before, Jeff Roberti will have a big leadership training. Those have been amazing over the years. And then our wrap up for this organization right after the conference. We have a lot of fun surprises for you. So be there. Okay. Everybody have a great night. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Cheryl. That was great.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night.
Really great.
Cheryl, good night.
Night, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, y'all.